Well, the temperature's right for it. The weather's good for it too. Hey, welcome back. This is the Deliberate Mainer. My name's Jeff. Today, I'm going to staple up some fencing to a little raised garden situation that I built here in Falmouth. It's a gorgeous day outside. It's really the only time of year I still enjoy living in the state of Maine. So my client needed a deer fence put up around their raised garden beds, and when I showed up here last week, this was a mound of dirt. What I came up with. So this is going to be a 4-foot fence. It'll keep our little behooved friends out of here. And we're going to put this wire fencing up all the way around, and once we put that up, we'll head back to the shop and I'll make some sort of fancy gate to hang there. These raised beds here are stamped steel, powder coated, super groovy. What we came up with was laying down 6mm black plastic over what was the mound of dirt, and then I made it 16 by 16. So over that mound of dirt, we put the plastic, and then I brought in and then shoveled 2 yards of 3/4 stone. So now we'll put the wire fence up, and that'll bring us that much closer to finishing. Unfortunately, my pneumatic nailer is up the coast. It's about an hour and a half away at a barnet I'm building, which, if you're one of the 19 subscribers to this channel, you already know about, but I'll throw a link up in the top right, and you can check out the different sorts of projects I've been working on for that barnet. Well, it's been a while since I've hand nailed that much of anything, but the old deer fence is up. It's pretty hard to keep this stuff straight. It's not for beauty, but it doesn't look terrible. There are the remains of the previous beds. Now that we have this surround completed, let's head back to the shop and the shade and build a gate for this. Good morning. Back in the shop. Gonna throw together a gate. The only parameters I have to go by are it needs to be 31 1/4 wide. I'm gonna make it 31 wide. Gives a 1/4 inch on either side, by 46. Those are the only parameters I have to go by. Otherwise, we're just going to be winging it. And in talking with my client yesterday, we put up that wire deer fence all the way around the garden, and I didn't think I was going to like it at all, but it doesn't look terrible. So I'm okay with that. But for the gate, we were just going to put the wire deer fence in the center of the gate, and that just wasn't doing it for me. So I whined a little bit, and then finally my client said, Jeff, you can do whatever you want with the gate. So to throw this thing together, I've cobbled these 2 2x4s, pressure treated, and these leftover and those. On one of the 2x4s, I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 46 inches. and then 2 at 31. All right, got them laid out, and that's going to be the size of the gate. What I'm going to do to connect them, I'm going to, down here, take a 3/4 of an inch off of this top board here, and then 3/4 off that one, and stick them together. And to keep the gate from doing its usual gate sag, as gates are wont to do, what I'll do is I'll drill diagonally 2 holes at each corner, and then drive a dowel through both pieces, glued and glue, and that should keep it from sagging. All right, I'm gonna try to set this to a 3/4, and I've set the fence to 3.5 inches. That's the width of a 2x4, in case you're new to the game. And what we're gonna do is slap this right here against the fence and run it. It's called cheap router right here. So I'm just gonna make sure we're at 3/4, and we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and score the crap out of this piece, and we'll do the same for the other 3 pieces. This might be my favorite part. Oh, wafery. Fine-tuning there. All right. So now, by doing that, we have 3/4 of an inch taken out at 3.5 wide for the stile to lay into. And then again, I'm going to dowel, to put 2 dowels in each corner. That should keep it pretty sag-free for at least a while. Well, boy howdy, them rails have styles. Look at this one. Yeah, so we got the overlap joint here, ready to rock and roll. So we'll put a bunch of glue in there and drill some holes for some dowels, jam those in there. Well, I guess the table saw is still properly calibrated because we are square, good to go. So I'm going to clamp this down to the bench so I can drill my holes. You don't need a drill press. Just be real careful, hold it straight. All right, I got the 2 holes drilled. Gonna jam those right in there, and we should be good to go. Guess I'll use the Type On 3 for this exterior application. I'm gonna put well, it's a measurement called a Tunza glue on these corners. Then we'll jam it in the dowel holes before I tap it in. Tappity tap. Oh yeah, get all those pores. Get it right in there. Don't be afraid. Really gluing the hell out of this one. It's gonna be outside, so soupy. Just tap it in. Ooh, we need more powder. That's how I do it. Almost whipped out a handsaw to do this. Booyah! Guess we'll jam one in here too. Rinse and repeat, my friends. Well, while she sets up, and she told me that's how she identifies, by the way, So this old girl's gonna get filled in the middle, if you'll pardon the expression. So I gotta figure out something artsy fartsy to do here in the middle, and been thinking a little bit about it. So just rudely, crudely here, let's see what we look like. So we got a box to fill, right? Then we have that pile to use. So here's what I'm thinking. You know, the 80s are coming back a little bit, so I'm thinking I'll do a little retro 80s design. So we'll come across with spokes here, or go down. Then we'll do some up here, right? Then down on the other corner, we'll go up, and we'll go sideways here. Now that's a lot more work than just taking a box and filling it in like that, but it's gonna look a hell of a lot cooler. All right, it's math time. So I've cut one piece to the width that is in the center of the gate. So that's gonna fit right here in the middle. So I guess we're gonna cut 4 at 19. All right, I have the 4 uprights cut for and laid out for the top portion. So from the center line here up. So these are the uprights, and then I'll have to cut these to length, but these will be coming across like so. Booyah! So this is what I've come up with for a little design in the center of this gate. All right, I have it loosely jammed in there. And there's my little, just whipped it up this morning design to make this gate a little bit more exciting than just, you know, some slats going up and down. All right, got the whole thing assembled. And now it's time to give it a sand. So I'm gonna sand it up here with the old Festool HEPA system. So it might give me a, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 extra years of emphysema-free living. Ready for hinges. Picked these bad boys up at the Big Orange. And no, don't worry, not the guy who wouldn't have tried to start World War III or shut down domestic energy production. No, Home Depot. Found these in the hinge aisle. They don't have much of a selection. So this is what I'm going with for the gate. I'll screw those bad boys on, screw the latch on, then it'll be ready to transport back up to Falmouth. Hinges on, even put the latch on there so I can just run it up and install it real quick like. So I'll throw it in one of the vans and transport it to its new home to defend against those vicious vegetable-eating deer. The gate's here. The garden's over there. Well, let's just make sure it goes in there. Oh, look at that. It goes in. Let's look at it from inside, right? Oh yeah, And I left it high enough so you can reach it. That way the deer don't come and attack you while you're in here. You can leave it closed, you know. I think when the deer come up to eat these vegetables, they're just going to be stunned by the gate. They'll call their friends and have them all gather around this gate. They'll be like, well, we couldn't eat the vegetables, but man, look at this gate. Looks good. So that's going to do it for this time. Thanks for watching The Deliberate Mainer. Again, I'm Jeff. I hope to see you next time. And I'll leave you just with a final view of the garden.